Hey guys, this is Asker from Breakfree Trading, and it is Sunday once again. So I thought I would give you an update on what we've been working on and what is coming next. So guys, we released the 4.1 update yesterday to the Breakfree Trading Algorithm, and this update is pretty cool. Now, a lot of the work that we have done is actually in the back end, and it's not even visible to your eye. We started by recoding the entire algorithm in a new language that would prepare it for machine learning and just make it much faster overall. And this was done incredibly well, and I am speechless by just how fast it is now. So one thing you'll definitely notice when you start using it is just the sheer speed of how much it has improved. The second thing is that we now have something called trade mode here in the top bar. And that means you can now have both X mode and strategy mode enabled at the same time. You can also just have strategy mode, and you can also just use X mode for itself. And that is something that's really cool, because we know that a lot of traders have been using these two at the same time, but they're using two indicators and it was giving them some problems and so on and so on. But what it was really showing is that our people is just hungry for more information. They wanna use strategy mode, they want to use X mode at the same time, and it completely makes sense to us. So that's why we decided that we wanted to make it even easier for you guys to use it at the same time. What strategy mode and X mode will do for you when you're using them at the same time is that it will allow you to see what is going under the hood in the market, what is the algorithm reading, and for example, when a trade disappears, why does it disappear? Why is it not showing up anymore? And just to clarify, there's guidelines to follow for when these trades might disappear from your screen. It's not because that the trade is invalid that you put on. It's just that the conditions to enter is no longer favorable, and that doesn't mean you should exit the trade, close it at market price or something like that. You know what to do. And if you don't know what to do, read the handbook or watch the videos again. Now, back to the 4.1 update. So when you have strategy mode enabled at the same time with X mode, as you can see here, it now shows that this mid-level is now becoming our enter area. This is where we want. This is where we want to buy. This is where we're looking to get into the long positions. And as you can see, meanwhile, there's a level building up here. This used to be the TP level, but the sheer amount of buyers just pushed completely through this level, and there's just no sellers available here. Now, if enough time passes and all the conditions turn in the right way, what you will see happen is that this mid level that is identified by the algorithm, it will move up, and this will become a new entry area. And this is what you're gonna start to notice when you use strategy mode and X mode at the same time. Now, if you move into a different time frame, let's say 4 hour, and you have both mode enabled, what it will say is that the strategy mode is only allowed for 1 day time frame. So what you will have to do is you can either turn it off or you can just leave it on. Strategy mode is not currently ready for 4 hour or 1 hour. It's not that we can't do it. It's just simply that people were not following our guidelines the last time we allowed them to do it. So before we will allow 4 hour and even 1 hour strategy mode, which is coming, by the way, before we allow this, you'll have to pass a trading simulator that we're building for you. And that means you're gonna have to actually put in some work in our trading simulator, showing that you understand the knowledge required to trade these lower timeframes. Because, as I said many times, what we care about is creating profitable traders. We're not just going to give you these tools if we don't believe you can handle them. That is the wrong way to do it, because we know people will abuse it and then they will be complaining about it afterwards. So you're going to have to put in some work, and then you will get it for 4 hours, and then you will get it for 1 hour. But currently it's not ready for that. So strategy mode, 1 day only. And then it's just business as usual. You know, you have your watch list and you're moving through the different markets, checking what's going on. And as I can see right here with strategy mode and X mode at the same time, it's just that, well, in this market, you know, just like strategy mode is saying, it's a no trade zone. There's nothing to do here. You can consider buying this level perhaps, but it really depends on what is going on in the market. And as I see it right now here, I think that's a great decision. Don't do anything here. And this should become more clear to you as you start using this. As you can see here on GBP USD, this is super exciting, right? You have strategy mode and X mode at the same time. you can see we're getting this entry here, and you're getting a TP all the way up here, and that might seem unrealistic, but let me just remind you, just a few days ago, when EURUSD were trading here in this bottom zone, and it was giving us a TP, not this one, but one around here, and that seemed ridiculous because it was even higher than the last high. And frankly, how many people actually believe that would happen is very few. But as it turns out, the trading algorithm was correct, because it possessed something that humans do not, which is math. We just suck at math, and we suck at understanding what's actually, what can actually happen in these markets. And that is where robots excel. That's why they're so good as they are, because they just see it for what it is. And they're able to do, thousands of calculations every single second, every single day that humans are just not capable of, and giving us these estimates of what is possible at markets. So when the algorithm is telling us there's a potential TP up here, well, fuck. Don't just deny it, Consider the possibility, put on the trade, see what happens, explore. In this case, we have an entry here, and this is just looking great. Like, I'm proud of the work that the team has done in able to create a system that is able to tell you to buy this level here, because this is a great level to buy. And as you can see it's already moving up. And in case it comes back down again, I'll still buy it, and I'll continue to buy this until this market is trading below it down here. So this is hopefully going to give some of the people who has been trading with us maybe a month, and they never traded before in their life, and they want to start to understand, well, why are we getting these entries? Why is it suggesting us to trade like this way? Well, with X mode, you can start to see when these levels is going to change. You can start to decode what is actually going on in the market, and I think that is amazing. Now, on to the next feature that I think is awesome. So strategy mode, it doesn't work for what I'm about to talk about, and that is the replay. Strategy mode, it simply doesn't work. It's just not possible currently, but it will work in the future. So we're going to turn this off, and then we're going to go explore what we call bar replay. And for this, I'm going to change it to 1 hour time frame. Now, the first thing you need to know about bar replay is that you enable it by clicking on this play button. And then you get this panel, and what you need to do is you need to click this jump to. And then you simply select, somewhere in the market that you want to explore. And we're going to take it here. And here you have a speed setting. Right now it's on 5x. I'm going to put it a little bit down, and I'm going to click play. And what's really cool is to see how the market unfolds and how X mode is responding in according to what is happening in the market. And this is what a lot of our traders who are trading X mode are practicing during the weekends, during the weekdays. Whenever they have time, they go back and they replay these markets. Before they were doing it on TradingView, now they'll be doing it on Navigator. So if this is a little bit slow for you, well, you can always turn up the speed. And if you can't really find something that works in between, well, in that case, you can just play it back candle for candle like this. And this works on all time frames up to 1,000 candles on the market you're on. So if it's 1 hour, time frame, it's 1,000 hours you can play back of the market. If it's if it's 1 minute, then it's 1,000 minutes. If it's 1 day, then it's 1,000 days you can play back, nearly 3 years. And this would give you a good opportunity to learn to work with X mode, and you can use the long and short positions tools to create potential setups in the market of how you would potentially trade this, and then play out and see what happened and see what could you improve and what could you do different, right? So this is an excellent opportunity for those who are looking to improve their trading, and that is what we want to enable them to do. Now, I want to say something before anyone mentions it, and that is we have removed pass. Pass was something that I created in order to enable candlestick reading. It was an attempt. It was really just like a side project, a small feature I wanted to build to enable people who didn't understand price action to perhaps get a better understanding of how the market was moving and what the candles were telling them. It was never really used much by anyone, and we just included it in Navigator when we moved from TradingView, but it wasn't something anyone was using or talking about. And then lately I've seen some people confused about it and talked about it, and it's not something I would consider useful at this point. So for that reason, I have removed it, and we will add it back in the future in a revamped version that works together with the entire strategy. And that is how we will continue to do business. We will continue to put on the screen what you need to know as a trader, and we will remove the things that you don't need to know. That has been our approach since day one, and we're gonna stick to this. The last thing I want to mention for you guys, because there's been some people just simply didn't know, and it's probably because they were not familiar with how trading worked. But in the top left corner of your chart, you have this now called search market, and in here you can search any market in the world that you wish to look at. And if you can't find the market you're looking for, well, perhaps it's because we don't support it yet, but that doesn't mean we're not going to support it in the future, because I know firsthand as a trader how important it is to have access to data, and we want to make sure that we have the best data available to all our users, and we're going to implement a new data provider in Navigator very soon that's going to cover, it should cover basically everything that you would want to trade. And that is pretty much all I have for you guys right now. What I am excited about is that we have an incredible community that is not toxic in a way that a lot of other trading communities are. We have a trading community that is supporting people to trade the right way, not over leveraging, not we never applaud people who show off like one-time wins with huge position sizes. That is never applauded in our community, and that is applauded in a lot of other communities. We have a community where everyone is helping each other, everyone is trying to provide valuable insight of how they see markets playing out, and I think that's incredible. And we are going to support this community, and we will continue to build out futures into Navigator so the community can grow on our platform, and you can be rewarded for the help that you provide to our community. We will, now that we have 4.1 recoded into a new language, we can now begin our transition into the machine learning model that we have been working on, and we want to show you guys what it's capable of. So over the next coming weeks, we're going to have some really incredible improvements to the algorithm itself, to X mode traders, and to the strategy mode traders. So guys, from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the entire Breakfree Trading team, we thank you guys for being with us, and we appreciate you, and we can't wait to show you what we have for you next. Have a great Sunday, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow when the market opens. Take care.